Hey friends, I have a question for all of us to think about today. Do you consider yourself to be a sincere Christian? How important is it for sincerity to be a top characteristic of a devoted believer? Is it only important for us to be sincere? Now, this might sound like a trick question, but I'm going somewhere, so just stay with me. Let's first look at a story in Matthew 8, 28 through 34. In these verses, we find the story of Jesus casting out demons. Recognizing who Jesus is and the power that he has, they plead with Jesus to be cast into a nearby herd of pigs. "What do you want with us, Son of God?" they shouted. And let's also look at the words of the Apostle James in James 2:19. "For you say you have faith, for you believe that there is one God. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, and they tremble in terror." So is it possible for us to say that demons actually have a sincere belief in Jesus? I mean, they recognize that he's in fact the Son of God, not just a good teacher or moral figure, and they recognize that his identity and calling are matched by his ability and power. They believe that Christ is who he says he is, and that he can do what he says he can do. Their belief in who Jesus is even focused enough to the point that they tremble in fear before him. So they believe Jesus, but is their belief in Jesus? Is it possible for that same definition of a sincere belief to be applied to people today, even to some Christians today? A sincere belief in who Jesus is, the power that he has, and yet being void of the actual saving power of the blood of Jesus. I once heard a pastor say that we don't just need sincere beliefs, we need the right beliefs. Sincerity is important, but it's not enough. And Christian authors Tim Barnett and Elisa Childers write about how this notion of sincerity versus truth even affects our theology. Since we live in a pluralistic society, which is different religions coexisting in the same space, it means that we are being exposed to more opinions, ideas, religious philosophies, and values than ever before. And this can influence Christians to adopt a belief that all religions are equally valid. So then sincerity and not truth have become the new criterion for salvation. So this can be our challenge and encouragement today. How do we see Jesus? How do you see Jesus? It's one thing for somebody to have sincere knowledge about, say, Michael Jordan, but do they actually know him? Do they have a real friendship with him? Do they speak with him? Do they spend time with him? But we can know God. Come close to God, and God will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners. Purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between God and the world. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up in honor. So church family, let's pursue Jesus today with sincerity and truth. He is waiting for us to believe him and to believe in him.